Jesus begins moving openly through danger. He goes up to Jerusalem for the Feast of Tabernacles, not with fanfare but quietly. The city buzzes with arguments about him. Some say he's good, others say he deceives the people. When Jesus finally speaks publicly, his words cut straight through the confusion. He claims his teaching comes from God, not from himself, and the leaders grow angry. They want him arrested, but no one can touch him yet. On the final day of the feast, Jesus stands and cries out that anyone who is thirsty should come to him and drink. He promises living water, the life of God's Spirit flowing from within. The crowd divides sharply. Some whisper, "This must be the Messiah." Others reject him outright. The authorities send guards to seize him, but the guards return empty-handed, stunned by his words. Soon after, Jesus encounters a woman caught in adultery, dragged before him as a trap. Instead of condemning her, he exposes the hypocrisy of her accusers. One by one, they leave. Jesus offers her mercy and a call to a new life. Then he declares something even bolder. He is the light of the world. Those who follow him will not walk in darkness. The conflict intensifies. Jesus speaks of truth, freedom, and his relationship with the Father in ways that infuriate the religious leaders. When he says, "Before Abraham was, I am," they try to stone him, recognizing he is claiming God's own name. But again, he slips away. As he leaves the temple, Jesus heals a man born blind. The miracle causes another uproar. The healed man is interrogated, threatened, and ultimately thrown out by the leaders. But Jesus finds him. The man believes not just in a healer, but in the Son of Man. Jesus explains that true blindness is not physical, but spiritual. Jesus then describes himself as the Good Shepherd, the one who knows his sheep and lays down his life for them. Some hear comfort in his words, others accuse him of madness. When pressed again about who he is, Jesus answers plainly, and they try once more to kill him. The story turns deeply personal when Jesus learns his friend Lazarus is sick. He delays, knowing death will come, and that something greater will follow. When Lazarus dies, Jesus weeps. Then, standing before the tomb, he calls Lazarus out. The dead man walks free. Many believe, but others rush to report this to the authorities. From that moment on, the leaders decide Jesus must die. As Passover approaches, Jesus enters Jerusalem to cheers and palm branches. Yet he speaks openly about his coming death, comparing himself to a grain of wheat that must fall into the ground to bring life. Even as his public ministry draws to a close, disbelief remains. At the Last Supper, the tone changes. Jesus washes his disciples' feet, taking the role of a servant. He speaks of betrayal, and Judas leaps into the night. Jesus comforts the remaining disciples, telling them not to be afraid. He promises that though he is going away, he will prepare a place for them. He speaks some of his most intimate words. He is the way, the truth, and the life. To know him is to know the Father. He will send the Holy Spirit to guide, teach, and comfort them. He calls them friends, not servants, and commands them to love one another as he has loved them. He warns them of coming persecution, but promises peace, not as the world gives, but deeper and lasting. The night ends with Jesus lifting his eyes in prayer, praying for his disciples and for all who will one day believe through them. The shadow of the cross looms close, but the story is now set in motion.